Hello, welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'm sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. As you guys know, when I do a video, I sometimes wear reading glasses. So I'm wearing reading glasses now. I don't have anything to read, but apparently, like one of the um, what do they call it? Like arms broke off on the. Like, what's it called? The glasses, the part that goes behind your ear. I'm just calling them arms, whatever. Like one of them broke off, so I'm very fashionable right now. I'm gonna have to go to Big Lots or Pick and Save, or it's the same store, but to get a new pair. I have another pair, but they're like sunglasses, and anyway, um, I was wanted to look up information about the school shooting, and the one that just happened. It happened in Detroit, I believe. But anyway, I'm not gonna talk about that right now. Actually, I want to get information about it. And so I went to Google. I typed in like the Michigan school shooting. Um, and the first thing that came up was CNN, and just I automatically clicked on it because it's the first thing I saw. I'm like, oh wait, and then like halfway through the page loading, I clicked back. I'm like, wait, I don't trust anything CNN says. I just had to say that. Isn't that sad? It's this major news organization, and I don't trust anything it says. So I just can't even I don't any information that CNN says I just don't believe. So I just immediately click back so the page wouldn't load, and that's sad, but that's how the media is though. The media does the media just the media gives opinions and tries to make a story to get ratings. So anyway, I get my information from, The Hill, Breaking Points, just independent sources that aren't being paid to, you know, um, push a narrative, basically. You know, so that's really it. But anyway, yeah, I'll probably do a show about it. But the problem is, there's so much stuff that's going on that's horrible that it just gets pushed under the rug. So even the Christmas the terrorist attack at the Christmas parade, uh, you think that would be the biggest news story, but it's not. I don't know why a terrorist who took an SUV and like just ran people over. I mean, it doesn't make sense that that's not like the biggest story ever. I can't believe it. It just blows my mind, you know. And then like a few days later, you have this school shooting. But the biggest problem with all of these is okay, like the school shooting, because it's a white kid did it. Because like the last school shooting, a black kid did it. Okay, so that really it did not make the news at all, and the guy was out on bail like really fast. Okay, this one, because a white kid did it, the media is blaming Trump because the kid's mom was a Trump supporter. What does that have to do with anything? I voted for Trump. I voted for Trump because I think he's because I like him. He said what he. When politicians are like running and they tell you like what they're running on, like I want to do this, I want to do that. So Trump said he wanted to build a wall, secure our borders. I've been saying that for years that we should have a wall. So when I heard a politician say something that I actually have been wanting for years, I'm like, that's good enough for me. I mean, seriously, that's all it took. I have been wanting a wall along the California, Arizona, Texas. I've been wanting a wall across that part of the country for the past 20 years. That's when I first was like, wait a minute, how come we don't have a wall there? And then finally, a politician is like running on something that says, "Hey, let's like secure our borders." I'm like, that's totally 100% me talking right there. So, I don't care about Trump's tweets. I don't care about whatever. I don't care about his personal life. All these politicians have shit personal lives. You realize that, right? They're all horrible people. All of them. All of them. Democrats, Republicans, all these politicians are the same. Okay? But if you have one person running and they actually have a political promise that you're like, oh wait, this person might actually be telling the truth. Because like I can believe someone can build a wall. Like I can picture that happening. Like okay, I'm like okay, that's something he can actually do. Because even if the Congress doesn't want to do it, he's rich. He can have other companies, So it's like yeah, like that can actually get done, you know. And then he had all those historic peace deals. I mean, who cares about his tweets? He had, did he have like 3 peace deals? Yeah, I forgot right now. I don't, whatever. He cranked out that vaccine that doesn't work. He cranked that out, but like it doesn't work. But at least he cranked it out. So it's not like he didn't do anything. He wasn't kissing China's ass. He wasn't taking money from China. He's he's the complete opposite of Biden when it comes to China. Complete opposite. But we're mad about tweets. Fucking morons. Anyway. Uh, no, but I mean, it shows you. See, that's why like I don't talk politics with people, because like the average person doesn't know anything about politics. They just, well, what did CNN say? Okay, who gives a fuck about a mean tweet? Policies matter. Policies, results matter. Okay, results don't. You've heard this before. Facts don't care about your feelings. Well, results don't care about your feelings either. He got some stuff done that actually worked. And then what happened when the next president came in? He canceled all that stuff, and now the country's going to shit. That right there proves that Trump was a good president. Everything that Trump had going on, Biden canceled. And look at the country now. You're a fucking moron if you voted for Biden. The economy was actually going pretty good. We had a good economy when Trump was president. Why would you change that? Because, well, Trump had mean tweets. Yeah, and you're a fucking moron. Anyway, but see, there's so much tragedy going on. It's like, but the thing is, like, I think, unfortunately, because, the Christmas parade terrorist attack was done by a black guy who should have been in jail and was let out on bail for $1,000 for attempted murder, which makes no sense. Like, I have no idea why attempted murder. I thought like attempted murder was like a real crime, like that's like a you gotta set bail for like $50,000. Like attempted murder, the guy tried to run. No, he did run over his the mother of his child. He ran her over with a SUV the week before he ran through the Christmas parade. He got out of bail on $1,000. Are you kidding me? Why isn't that the biggest story ever? But it's not. I don't get it. This country's so backwards when it comes to like what's the story. The whole nation should be pissed off that a guy had his bail set for $1,000 for attempted murder. He ran over a woman with his SUV. Got out on bail with $1,000. Isn't that ridiculous? No one's mad about that? How many people died because of that? How many people were injured because of that? How many people are going to be scarred for life because of that? Over $1,000. Are you fucking kidding me? The judge who set the bail, well, he shouldn't be allowed to, or I don't know who the judge was. Whoever set those policies should be gone. When I mean gone, like fired from their position, replaced. All the people involved that made the bail $1,000 should not be allowed to work in the Justice Department. Whatever they're doing, I don't know how that works. Like, I don't know how the rules for the bail is set. So, I don't know. But who's ever in charge of that needs to be replaced immediately. Why isn't there outrage about that? It makes no sense. No sense. The mainstream media is calling it an accident. How do you accidentally put 43 people in the hospital? I mean, it just makes no sense. It wasn't like I forgot it was like 40 plus people are like injured. I think like 7 are dead now. I mean, come on, that's an accident. Well, it was an accident because they have interviews with police saying they tried to stop him and then he like slammed on the gas and like plowed through the people. Whatever. But back to the shooting. The one of many that we've had in America, because we lead the country and that we're number one. America's number one in a lot of things, and a lot of those things are shit. Anyway, it just, instead of focusing on the mom because she voted for Trump, which who gives a damn? Trump became president. The mom wrote an open letter to Trump going, I'm paraphrasing, but she's like, I like the fact that you're not a good public speaker because it shows that you're sincere. That's what she said, basically. Basically, she's like, you're not a politician, so I trust you. A lot of people think the same way about Donald Trump because he's not a politician. He's like one of us. He's like a regular guy who's like a billionaire. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He's different than all the other liars and scumbags in Washington. He's just a liar and a scumbag that's in the private sector, but it's still a little bit different. Also, because he's already a billionaire, his campaign donations, aren't going to affect his policies. So that's why he won. He's not going to just say anything and then change the way. And then change his campaign promises because he got like whatever, a big donation from Toys R Us, whatever company. You know what I'm saying. So that's what people don't get. Like Biden, all the campaign promises Biden had, he did not keep, but he said what he needed to say to get into office. I mean, did you really believe that Biden was gonna hey, all those student loans? No, you don't have to pay those back. I knew that was bullshit. You really thought he was going to forgive the student loans? Are you kidding me? I knew that was a lie. Because how many adults that went to college or in debt with student loans? I mean, me personally, not me, but like I know back when I had friends, several college graduates that are broke because all their money goes to repaying the college loans. So of course people are gonna. That is the carrot that got Biden the win probably, because like how many people know someone or have a family member that is in debt? I mean, like debt. One person's debt affects a lot of other people. So like that. So even though I don't have any college debt, but let's say if I still had friends and whatever, like Jenny has college debt, I'm like, oh well, my friend Jenny has. So I'm gonna vote for Biden because it'll help her out. That's how it works, people. And then like he won, and he goes, "Oh yeah, we can't do that." And you think he's gonna win again? Well, he's not gonna run. He's not mentally fit or physically fit to be president now, and that's another reason why I didn't vote for Biden. He's like back then he wasn't mentally and physically fit. And anyway. I still don't understand what her political views have to do with the kid shooting up the school. You could talk about bad parenting. I not that I remember ever having a sit down talk with my mom and dad about not shooting up the place, but I grew up knowing that shooting up the place did not solve any problems. So it never crossed my mind to shoot up a place because I was pissed off or whatever. And then you got people blaming mental health. I don't know. What does mental health have to do with shooting up the school? What I don't like what does gun control have to do with shooting up the school? Nothing. If a person wants to shoot up the school, they're gonna shoot up the school. The gun was the father's gun. He bought it like a week before. So how come the dad didn't have the gun locked up? Is the gun just laying around the house? I mean, that's what you should be looking at. I don't care who the mom voted for, who the dad voted for. Why does the 15-year-old have access to the dad's gun in the first place? What's that about? I hope there's a civil suit against the dad. Something. Granted, he's poor and it's not going to do anything. But I'm saying, like, blame should be placed on the dad for buying a gun and then, I guess, not, just like, it's a gun. I thought when you bought a gun, you kind of have to, keep some tabs on it. Right? Doesn't that make sense? You buy a gun, I should probably know where my gun is. That's the dad's fault right there. The fact that the kid had social media posts where he's like tossing Molotov cocktails around, it looked like it was in someone's front yard. I'm not sure, but it was like a cinder block. He's throwing a Molotov cocktail to cinder block, and there's a big grass field. But it looks like how some parts of the country, like your closest neighbor's like a mile away. But like there's a lot of space. But I'm just saying, when you're throwing a Molotov cocktail and your parents don't know about it, that's bad parenting. How do you not know your kids making Molotov cocktails? How do you not know your kids making posts about Satan and shit, huh? Now, there's nothing wrong with believing in Satan, because if you believe in God, it's the same shit. But I'm just saying, he's making posts about the countdown for hell and all this bullshit. The parents should know about that. I'm in my 40s. I bet you if I started... I bet you if I started an Instagram about Satan and how I'm gonna like burn down whatever, blah 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 blah, I bet you my mom would know somehow. But you know what the problem is? I wouldn't even do stuff like that because the way I was raised, it just doesn't make sense to do that. Why would I make a Molotov cocktail? Well, I'll tell you why I wouldn't. Well, because I was raised right. How do you not know that your 15-year-old kid is doing this stuff? That's bad parenting. It has nothing to do with Trump. They're gonna make a gun control issue out of this. What does gun control have to do with a father who buys a gun and just, I guess, leaves it on the kitchen table or whatever? That's just bad parenting. That's negligence. But mainstream media is gonna like fuck this story up too. They're gonna they're gonna do the white supremacist narrative. They're gonna probably try to make every single white person's a bad guy now. Trying their best to make a race war. Well, I got a lot of white in me too, Grandmother was Jewish, grandfather was half Italian. Other grandmother was half French. So, the great-great-grandmother was French. I'm actually, I think white people are okay because I got a lot of white people in my family. None of them are terrorists. I also have some Chinese people in my family. They're okay too. I have some Mexicans in my family. They're okay too. And of course I have lots of black people in my family. They're okay too. Anyway. I think I've said enough. I'll talk to you later. Peace.